Water is one of the most popular painting subjects, yet it isn't an easy one. Reflections, in particular, can be confusing and are often not well understood. So, I've made this entire video really easy for you to understand still water, moving water, the distance, movement, and everything that it takes to paint reflections in water. It takes a little bit of practice and close observation. Usually, beginner painters go astray and they wouldn't really understand how these reflections behave. Even in the calmest of waters, it is often something really common to find ripples and currents which break up and distort the reflections, thus creating lovely wavering patterns. Let's begin with the first example. Observing the reflections. Before you start to paint, take time and to look at the water reflections and observe the points that I've made. In the first example, I'm going to show you how I paint trees in still water. Reflections appear almost as an exact mirror image in still water. For all of the 4 examples that I'm going to be showing you, I have used trees as the object that I'm going to be painting to explain to you how reflections work. But it could apply to clouds, mountains, grasses, flowers, buildings. Any object that's close to the waters can have a reflection on the water. So look at this first example where you will see the water is going to be still. So obviously, whatever I paint on land is going to be exactly what you see in water. Also keep in mind that the length of the trees on the upper half of the painting and the one that I'm going to paint on the water are exactly of the same size. In the second example, I'm going to show you how reflections break and appear longer than the objects that they're reflecting because the waters are moving. In this third example, I'm going to show you how the direction of the object matters in terms of the result that you see on the reflections in the water. An object in water that leans away from you will appear to have a shorter reflection, but an object that's leaning towards you will have a longer reflection. So that's depicted in this where I'm painting two trees, one short and one a little longer, but one is leaning towards the left and the other one is leaning towards the right. So one is away from you and the other one is leaning towards you. Makes a lot of difference in the way the reflections appear on water. In this last example, I'm going to be showing you how reflections of dark objects usually appear slightly lighter in value and lighter objects appear slightly darker. Isn't that such a contrasting statement? But that's the truth. The waters always create magical effects on the objects, and the reflections are always varying in terms of the surface of the water, the ripples on the water, and also the light, the winds, everything contribute to the way the reflections actually form on water. While painting landscapes, my usual colors are yellow ochre, burnt umber, sap green, Payne's gray, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue. These colors are more than enough to create any landscape that you like, and these are the colors that I'm going to be using for the painting that follows. And of course, always preserve the white of the paper.